A thread by Rex at social.quadvirum.com. Obama's children, the most ignorant and arrogant young people on the planet, also totally detached from reality. Many live in a fantasy world in which they are the heroic stars of their own movie. Take John Sullivan, the cretin, just arrested in what increasingly appears to be a coordinated, pre planned conspiracy by leftist apparatchiks to frame MAGA and President Trump. Here's Lil John, or as he calls himself, Jaden X, suddenly tasting reality. Well, I can report to you that John is not from Utah. He is, in fact, from Virginia. Until 2016, he seemed to have been living a productive life. In fact, he moved to Utah to pursue a career in speed skating. He was training with top coaches 50 to 60 hours a week, no doubt paid for by mommy and daddy, but to give him credit, worked to generate an income. Here's a bio of the younger John from 2016, link in the thread. Here is a fascinating article I found from September this year that summarizes a young man from a wealthy family who was radicalized into an extreme leftist anarchist. Apparently, his family is devastated. Not that John would care. In his fantasy world, he and his buddies are like the rebels in Star Wars taking on the evil empire. But their delusion is deeper and more disturbing than that. They have somehow convinced themselves that they are the pointy end of the progressive spear, the most intelligent, ethical, and advanced humans to have ever lived. Ergo, their beliefs are not up for debate or question, they are truth. Ditto, power is not something that others can be entrusted with. They are entitled to have power over others because they are superior. They are also above human laws, and anything they do is justified. That includes violence, murder, and destruction. I can't be the only one struck by the way these lunatics commit crime in public without a care in the world. Lil Jon filmed his entire crime at Capitol Hill using his own camera with his own narration. His co conspirators, including a CNN correspondent, giggled as they congratulated each other and admitted, "We did it." They want to be seen doing it. That's the whole point. John is a little turd. I hope he is put away for years, but ultimately, he is one of thousands of like minded wannabe rebels, the lamentable Jack Dorsey being a good example. I have said this many times and have warned anyone who cared to listen that the key to restoring the American Republic is to expose and run their chief inspiration out of town, the alpha and omega of this progressive, amoral movement, the Keystone. That is, of course, one Barack Obama. Obama is the perfect realization of the emptiness that exists in the heart of their movement. His obsession with self grandeur, laziness, lack of any real achievement, and total disregard for the law and U.S. Constitution has paved the way for everything that has followed. Yes, the Clintons and Bidens are a sick and corrupt canker on the body politic. The damage they have done is significant and to date unpunished. But if you were to ask me who has inflicted more damage than anyone in American history, it is Obama. The presidency, intelligence agencies, military, judiciary, State Department, Congress, society, economy, election integrity, national security, even the IRS all went into serious decline under Obama's terrible 8 years. But as Little John knows, so did many young minds, a tragedy for which Obama still remains unaccountable. That's why, when Trump was elected in 2016, I had such high hopes. At last, Obama's downfall was imminent, and with his downfall, the entire movement would splinter and implode. I hoped all through 2017, 2018, 2019, and to my growing concern, 2020, but nothing. I guess that's why I met today's news about a possible declassification of Spygate with mixed feelings. If the aim is to inflict damage on an incoming Biden administration, forget it. All will be erased, forgotten, and deleted. However, if it is part of a final plan to go after Obama, Biden, Clinton, and their thugs and apparatchiks, I approve. It is still not too late. If the material is as damning as we think, and if it is released in the right way to stun the nation, in my opinion, it has to coincide with a slew of high profile indictments. It may not be possible for Biden to be POTUS or for the Dems to keep functioning. But at this late hour, that sure is a lot of ifs. But I refuse to accept that Donald J. Trump will permit such a travesty as a Biden presidency to happen on his watch, to expose his followers to danger, not to mention his businesses, his family, and himself, just seems inconceivable to me. To permit his legacy to be written by the likes of Ben Rhodes as an insane criminal, the worst ever president, a disgusting human being, etc. Sorry, I cannot accept Trump will allow it. It would be such a betrayal. One last thing. Trump's a fighter. Until the bitter end, he will keep fighting. Trump knew getting into this that it was going to be a zero-sum fight against vicious and depraved enemies. It's impossible to think he hasn't planned for all contingencies. We will see, I guess. In the meantime, pray. Support Quadvirum, quadvirum.com/support us. Support this channel. Links in the description.
I will be the greatest president that God ever created.